You know, all this week CNN is going to be bringing you special coverage of what we're calling the new Poland, and that in itself is just part of a season of coverage. We're calling it, in fact, Autumn of Change, looking back at the events of 1989. Boy, a lot went on in that year when you think about it. Events that changed nations, changed Central and Eastern Europe, actually. Now, we've been asking viewers to tell their stories from 20 years ago, and iReport correspondent Errol Barnett spoke with a mother and a son who were in Poland at the time. Interesting stuff.
Pawel, you are able to speak English fluently. Your mum gets a bit of English here and there, but tell me about growing up in Poland.
Well, growing up in Poland was actually quite interesting because when communism collapsed in Poland, I was only 3.5 years old, but I can still vaguely remember this sense of excitement that was in the air at the time. And you know, with the years passing by, things were changing in Poland rapidly. You know, I still remember in the 90s it was still a bit difficult financially for Polish people to travel abroad. And so we still felt a bit, you know, closed off from the world. But with time passing by and with Poland joining the European Union in 2004, we could say that we were all growing up. I was growing up with Poland.
So you've noted economic opportunities, educational opportunities.
Yes,
exactly. If you could ask your mum, is there anything she misses from Poland in the olden days?
Czy jest coś, czego ci brakuje z lat Polski w latach 80.?
Powiem tak, takiego osobistego bezpieczeństwa. Czułam się kiedyś taka bardziej bezpieczna na ulicy, poza domem i tego mi najbardziej brakuje.
The most thing that she's actually missing right now is the security, this feeling of being secure, especially in the street, because back then Poland was a very poor country, so there was nothing to be afraid of in the street because there was nothing to steal from people in the shops, because the shops were empty. And nowadays there are a lot of thieves, ball girls, and people who are a bit of danger for the society.
Pawel, you're talking to me via webcam, you're translating things to mum, we're thousands of miles away. What kind of advancements have been made with technology in Poland that have really allowed you and your mum to connect with the world?
Well, I think it's the internet that the influence of internet is rising rapidly in Poland. I remember we got our broadband here in Poland back in 2002, so we've had it already for like 7 years now, and it's quite cheap, and thanks to internet, most of the Polish people have this, access to fast communication. So that's why we are able now to speak to you.
Pawel, you'll check. Speaking, translating for mother. Jola, you'll check.
Thank you very much. I would like to take this opportunity to greet all the CNN viewers across the world. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
I find it really hard to believe it was 20 years ago, actually. Now, where